hot. It's really hot. Like really, really hot tonight. Feels all a bit humid and not very nice. Now I've got so much to tell you tonight about, well, you know, there's been no development in the sense that Jay has not been found. We're going to be talking about Jay. I've ummed and ahed about what we should do. I want to talk about the Holly Willoughby sort of kidnap or attempted kidnap trial or planned kidnap trial and murder trial. There's so many things to talk about. Just haven't got enough hours in the day. But I think I'm going to talk about this case because this is the case that's capturing all our attention at the moment, isn't it? Where is Jay? Where is Jay Slater? Let's put the big picture of him on. Where is this boy, man, 19 years old, disappeared? So many strange things as well. So many things that don't add up. So many things not exactly don't add up, but that we want explained. And of course, the police are saying nothing's getting explained. Rumours, conspiracy theories, you name it, they're going on. So we're just going to look at the facts. We're just going to look at what is happening. And then I am going to talk about some things that for me, if I could get the answers, they'd be the answers that I would want in this case of Jay. Where is he? Okay, I just want to say thank you all as well for watching, liking. Okay, so where do we start with this shit show? Where do we start with poor Jay? I keep checking the news. I'm checking the news every 30 seconds because, you know, I do feel like they're going to find him soon because they seem to be concentrating on this, you know, concentrated area. I think I'm going to start with talking about the GoFundMe because this is the thing that's causing all the hassle. Do you know what I mean? It's like this is the thing that is really bugging people, which is a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Because, you know, if you haven't contributed to the GoFundMe, why would you be bothered, you know, about the GoFundMe? It's not obligatory. Someone sets up a GoFundMe, whether we agree with it or not, or we think it's whatever we think. If we're not giving money to it, what's it got to do with us? It's like me having a membership, or if somebody sends me a super sticker or buys me a coffee, that's their choice, what they do with their money. You know, it's nothing to do with anybody else. How dare anyone really tell somebody else what to do with their money? You know, at the end of the day, the woman, if it turns out, you know, obviously that it's a great big it's a big scam, but I don't think it is a scam. I think Jay is genuinely missing, and I think his mum is genuinely upset, and his dad and everyone. But I do think they're not handling the GoFundMe very well, and I'll explain that in a minute. So, of course, they're cashing it. They want to cash some of it in. So people are, you know, going on about that sort of thing. But, of course, Mark Williams Twonk has arrived there, hasn't he? He'll want paying. Wonder how much they're paying him. He says he always says he's doing things for nothing, but he doesn't do anything for nothing. They'll be paying him some money. They'll have had to pay for him to go out there. I don't expect, you know, he's paid for all that himself. But let's just read what his mum said about this, about cashing in the GoFundMe, because this is what seems to have really upset everybody. That she's cashing in the withdrawing money from the fundraiser. So this is LBC that I'm sharing here. Jay Slater's mum breaks her silence as she withdraws the fundraiser money, with the mystery deepening in the search for the missing teen. So Jay's mother has spoken out as she reveals she was withdrawing some of the tens of thousands of pounds. I mean, they make it's a bit dramatic. I mean, there's £37,000. You know, they make it sound like it's like 300,000. But anyway, it was raised in the hunt for a missing teenage son in Tenerife. So I think actually saying that, I think we'll go to the actual GoFundMe. Is probably better reading it directly from that rather than. So this is the GoFundMe. We're on £38,757. The initial target was £30,000. Now 232 people have just made a donation. So people are donating. But there's some weird donations. What I mean is a lot of people, they're donating maybe a fiver and putting some, ridiculous comment at the side of it, like, oh, that's towards the drug fund, or, like it's almost as if they're just sending a fiver just to take the piss, really. And there's so many people taking the piss on social media, which is horrible. I mean, God, it's like you think if only they were that inventive with proper things, they could give a good contribution to society. Some of them are very clever, I've got to say. And I'm sort of torn between showing some of them, because I thought some of them are quite clever, but it's like black humor, it's like dark, making jokes of a boy missing and he's probably dead. So I'm sort of torn in between looking at them and thinking, no, that actually is quite funny. But then thinking, no, hang on a minute, this is a real boy that's missing and it's horrible. It's so why don't these people use their inventiveness, use their cleverness? They could be bloody comedians or something. Yeah, go and, write a comedy sketch or something. It's not fair to do it about a missing boy, I think. But anyway, so going back to the GoFundMe. So it was Lucy who set it up, wasn't it? Lucy, who went on holiday with Jay, and the other friend, Brad, wasn't it? Now, today, Debbie Duncan, who is the mother, who is the beneficiary, made this statement. You tell me what you think. I just think, sometimes I just think, who is actually advising Debbie? Because in a way it doesn't matter, because as I say, I haven't donated to it, so it's nothing to do with me. If anybody wants to donate, but just listen to this and let me know what you think. First, I would like to thank everyone for your support, kind messages and good wishes. It's difficult to wrap our heads around what's happening now. But we are not losing hope that we will find Jay and return home together. That's very plaintive to me, because I can't see that that's going to happen. I'm so sorry, but with all the will in the world, I don't think this boy is alive for whatever reason. We are currently working with GoFundMe to withdraw part of the funds which are being safely held. I wanted to share that these funds will be used to support the mountain rescue teams who are tirelessly searching for Jay. So that was the first thing that I thought. So obviously the police, the Guardia Civil, etc., they're paid, that's their job. I don't know about the mountain rescue teams. They could be unpaid, volunteers. So if she's going to donate some of the funds, to them, that's great. That's nice. And also, as I say, it's nothing really to do with me. I haven't donated anything. So what she wants to do with that donation money is really up to her, isn't it? So that was just the first thing. But I know that some people will look at that and think, oh, but then, of course, the other thing is, even if you have donated, you can always ask for a refund. So anyone who's not happy, that they can always ask for the money to be refunded. So, I'd almost like to ban these GoFundMes, because they always cause problems. Always. Anyway, additionally, since this is the bit that does make me think, I know that people won't like this. Additionally, since our stay in Tenerife needs to be extended, we will also use the funds to cover accommodation and food expenses. Fair enough. I'm surrounded by wonderful people who are by my side, but far from their loved ones. So we'll be also using part of these funds to fly them to Tenerife, so we can support each other during these dark times. I just think the whole village of Oswald Twistle I know what these. I mean, it's great that they've got a community. It is really great. I mean, the thing is, if it was me and you flew out my friends, it was like, I just haven't got that much of a community support around me. I'd probably fly out all my chatters, wouldn't it? Be like, yes, come on, I've got 3,400 subscribers that I need out here. Come on, give me more money in the GoFundMe. It's like, I just thought, I don't know if people are really going to like that, because it's one thing that they're there. Obviously, the family need to be there, their immediate friends, and now you're talking about the family of their friends. So I wonder why that is. Then there's other things. Then another thought I had is, have they been advised that they may have found Jay or whatever? Are they bringing people out? Because if Jay's body is recovered and they decide not to, to bury him here or to cremate him here, I'm sorry to talk in a depressing way, but these are the facts. In Spain, it's literally, the funeral is 2-3 days later. There's no, it's not where you wait 3 weeks for a funeral. If they don't, so are they thinking of that already? That did cross my mind. Are they thinking already of who they would like to go to his memorial service? Have they been given a little bit of a heads up that maybe he's been found? I've got this feeling, I don't know, but I could be completely wrong. But thank you again for all your donations and support. This means the world to us. Now, of course, as it gets into July, it'll be in July next week, so the flights will get more and more expensive. There won't be too bad perhaps at the moment because schools haven't broken up yet, but once schools break up, the flights will get really expensive. So I'm just going to come back to the chat because I want to see what you think of that. So what do you think? Do we think this is fair enough to pay for all the friends? Do we think it's fair enough that she's paying for all the friends to come out? I don't know. There's a lot of people that talk about all different things. Yeah, but I was thinking that, David, perhaps we could all go and have a little holiday there. But what do we think of that? I mean, as I say, it's fair enough, the family there. It's a lot of money. It doesn't cost that much money, does it? £38,000. I mean, how much, even if you thought it cost £1,000 for each person, that's 38 people. £1,000 for their accommodation and for their flights. It just, it's not, obviously, she's not making any friends by doing that. But having said that, people are still donating. And if people want to donate, that's their prerogative. 38,000, nearly 39,000 now. But it just occurred to me that I wondered if they're expecting to find him there or not, if they are planning on having some sort of memorial service. That's the only thing I can think of. But anyway, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you and see what you think. At the end of the day, it's her GoFundMe. People are donating for her. It's up to her what she wants to do with it. Who knows what's going on there. Okay, so what was the next thing I wanted to show you? Honest to God, I'm literally checking for news every couple of minutes. No new news about Jay, so I just keep expecting this announcement, but I don't think there'll be anything now today, though it's only just getting dark here in Spain, so they will still be searching. The Guardia Civil still have not done a press conference or anything, so that's strange, isn't it? Nothing. But as I say, I don't know that they normally do anyway. They're not exactly the most talkative, if you like. They're not the most communicative police force in the world. So let me put a couple of windows down now so that windows that I've finished with. So I've got a list here of all the things. Literally, this is my list. Okay, so I want to talk about the GoFundMe. Oh, now there was where was that? There was a story on Sky News. It's gone now, I'm afraid. No, it passes on, doesn't it? About another guy was talking about his son who went missing. Let me look it up because I do want to talk about this, because I just think these people who their children, boy or man or woman, go missing and are never found, just must be really, really awful. Yeah, so this is a guy who was talking on Sky News here. I found it now. This was in Ibiza. My son hasn't been seen since he went missing in Ibiza. I know how Jay Slater's parents must feel. He believes his son Ben was swept out to sea, and he's spoken of the traumatic experience Mr. Slater's parents will have suffered over the last 10 days. So this is his son, Ben. Mark Garland is the father. This is his son, Ben. And he went missing 4 years ago. 4 years ago in Ibiza. And he's talked about his never-ending nightmare and absolute torture that Jay Slater's parents will be going through. So apparently he'd been out for a ride on his Harley Davidson motorbike to film waves near Portinax in the north of the island before he disappeared on the 21st of January. His jacket was found in the water 3 days later, and Mr. Garland believes his son was swept out to sea, which is likely what happened. But imagine never knowing what has happened to your son. I would just have a nervous breakdown. Hi, Louisa. So the disappearance of British teenager Mr. Slater, who was last seen in northern Tenerife on Monday the 17th of June, has reminded Mr. Garland of the traumatic days he experienced when his own son went missing. So he said it's the not knowing, it's a never-ending nightmare, it's torture, absolute torture. It's something I wouldn't wish on anybody. Jay's parents will be feeling empty, they're going to be tired, they'll be confused, they'll just want answers. It's such a traumatic experience. Asked if he had any advice for Mr. Slater's parents, he said, I would tell them never give up and try to get some sleep. That's the main thing. I didn't sleep properly. I mean, how could you sleep? How could you? Well, I'd have to either be on sedatives or just get really drunk, or, the only way you could sleep is with help, I would imagine. How could you sleep? I was absolutely worn out every single day, physically and emotionally. I hope and pray Jay is found safe and well. So he's probably never going to get a proper answer about his son. He said that during a 3 to 4 week period in the search for Ben, police found 20 bodies in the water. 20 bodies, but not one of them was his son. Oh my God. Of course, this is what happens, isn't it? Quite often when there's searches for bodies, they find other bodies. But 20, honest to God, can you believe it? Anyway, Ben had been working as a deckhand on a luxury yacht at the time he went missing. He was known to many of the locals in Ibiza. Mr. Garland says he visits the island once a year to speak with them and remember his son. Speaking about his years-long struggle with grief, the bus driver said, it's a pain you can't describe. to anybody unless that person is going through something similar. I struggle to get out of bed every day. Work is my best therapy because I know I have to get up, because I know I have to pay bills and everything else. Well, you should have had a GoFundMe. But when I'm not working, I struggle to get out of bed. I know I need counselling, but I'm too stubborn. I'm not over it, and I never will be. Mr. Garland praised the efforts of the police in Ibiza and said they never gave up on his son. He now organises a yearly motorbike event called Ride to the Tide, the Ben Garland Memorial Run, which raises money for the Royal National Lifeboat Institution. And he says it's just our way of memorialising Ben and remembering him. It's one of my happy days of the year. So poor guy, he's never going to find it. It's just not going to happen, is it? It's never going to find him. He's just come to the conclusion he's there somewhere, but maybe one day he'll wash up, and he'll get some sort of resolution. But how awful. And imagine 20 bodies they found. 20. Still can't believe that. They found 20 bodies while they were looking for his son, Ben. So I wanted to tell you about that. And then what's the next thing? There's so many things I want to tell you about. Oh, what's this? Somebody sent me. Hang on. Oh, that's interesting. Oh no, they've set someone, one of my family has sent me an article about a guy who vanished, but he was found alive a few days later. But a few days, we're on 11 days now. So I don't think that. I mean, it's interesting. Somebody who did. So apparently, this guy had been assaulted and robbed. Oh no! Before he went missing, he'd been assaulted and robbed. And what had happened to him? Let me just see where he was. Doesn't actually say where he was. Anyway, maybe that gives a bit of hope. People are found sometimes. I just think after 11 days, literally in the first 3 days that Jay went missing, I was thinking that he would probably be found. But, after all this time, I just can't see it. Okay, so I want to look at so there's been on social media, there's been a load of idiots. This is one of the idiots. So first of all, this person put this post on. Jay Slater is found alive and well, with this horrible picture of the cactus with Jay's face. But before that, or after that, sorry, they put a post on one of these Jay Slater, let's see if I can find it. They put a post on, body found. Body found. This is the same person, a top contributor, Robin Forrest. Robin Forrest, it's probably some stupid name. One of the leading contributors on the Missing Jay Slater 2 group, body found. So, of course, you can imagine that when somebody put that post up, this idiot, everybody's sort of thinking, oh, has he been found? So, including me, because I've been expecting him to be found any minute. And it's not only here that I've seen that, I've seen it on Twitter as well. Just horrible people saying that he's been found when he hasn't been found. This particular Facebook group is awful, to be honest. Just awful, the things that get put on there. I mean, lots of nice people. There's more nice people than horrible people. But you just think this person whoever it is, top contributor. And then when you look at their actual profile, I mean, they're probably not a real person. View profile. And then their last post and picture was Jay Slater found alive and well with this horrible picture. Joe, these people are mentally ill. And they should be aware. Honestly, they're going to get like social media, things like Facebook shut down. You know, these horrible people. And they should be. There should be a way that they can find these people and do something about it. In fact, I'm going to report them. Fake account. Because that's what you should do when you see things like that. You should report them as a fake account, etc. Probably nothing will happen because Facebook don't care really. But just feels better that I've reported them after they put those stupid things on. Okay. What else? What else? So many things I want to show you. Oh, so let's have a look at Mark Williams Thomas Instagram. He hasn't put anything new on since his post the other night. Well, he said he would solve this case within 3 days. So he doesn't seem to have solved it yet. But of course, this is that Casa del Tina Abuela or whatever, where the 2 men were staying that Jay went off to stay with. Which leads me to the next thing I want to show. So for a couple of days, Mark's put nothing on there. So what I want to show you now is the actual place where Jay was the night before. And something that's very interesting is I wonder if he actually, he mustn't have known how far away he was. If you look at the island, so this is where the Energy concert was, and this is where he was staying, in this area, Los Cristianos. Masca, which, oh, I need to go bigger. Where's it gone? Oh, it was there a minute ago. Of course, can't find it now. Masca is up here somewhere. Yeah, there's Masca, where he ended up staying. It's miles away, isn't it? It's just, he can't have realised. Now, apparently, he was here when those guys picked him up, took him up there. It's an hour away. So, of course, this is one of our unanswered questions that's on my list of questions. Why did he go there? Why did he go all the way up there? I was thinking that maybe the festival was near Masca, but it wasn't, you know. I just don't know why he went there. Why did he go with those men? You know, there's various reasons, I suppose it could be. You know, some people, you know, it doesn't sound like it was an after party. And did he, because although he must have known it was a long, long way, because he sat in the car and he's travelled for an hour to get there. Now, an hour in a car for a young lad, they're going to notice, unless they slept through it or whatever. You know, a young lad would notice that he's travelling for an hour because he'd be bored. It'd be like that. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? You know? Anyway, so this is the place. Casa Abuela Tina. So it's Grandma Tina's house in Masca. So sort of second question of mine is, why were those men who, well, you know, obviously who were the men, but why were they staying there? Because it's miles away from anywhere, unless they were hikers. You know, maybe they were staying there for the hiking and they went to Los Americanos for a night out and bumped into Jay. But apparently from what people are saying. And again, none of it's confirmed by the police, so I don't know if it's true or not, but people are now saying, because originally they said he went off with some men that he met at the festival, but now it's being said they weren't at the festival, but he'd known these men for a couple of nights around the around the place that he was staying. But it's not a place, it's not a holiday place. It's a place you would go if you wanted to be in the mountains, miles away from anywhere. Isn't it? It's very basic as well. It's not exactly modern, is it? It's not a modern place. It's an old-fashioned house that's been done up a bit to make it into an Airbnb. But it's not, so what were they doing there? Why did they go? It's 2 bedrooms. But why were they staying there? And why were they out in Los Cristianos and traveling an hour back then to Masca? Why didn't they stay in Los Cristianos? Because here's the horrible mountain. Now I look at these now and I just think horrible mountains. They're getting more and more familiar now because I've seen them that often. Why were these men even staying there? And why did Jay go back with them? Maybe the men rented that place, didn't realise how far away it was off the beaten track. Or maybe they wanted to be near the mountains. Maybe they are hikers. It's nice enough. If you wanted to get away from it all, it'd be a lovely place to go and stay. Lovely views. But not if you wanted the nightlife, it wouldn't be. So it's mysterious, isn't it? That, I think, is mysterious. Why did he go there? Wasn't an after, it wasn't, they weren't all at the fiesta together. I think until we know the answer to that, why he even went there in the first place, I still don't necessarily think there was any foul play or anything. I'm just wondering why he went there. And why didn't they give him a lift back in the morning? Were they really expecting him to walk all that way back? They would have known how far it is. Or did he leave before they woke up? Did he just get up? Sometimes you do, don't you? Wake up, think, oh shit, what happened last night? Oh my God, where am I? I want to go home. And maybe he just left before they were awake. And maybe that's why he didn't go back there to charge his phone or do whatever, because maybe he knew they were asleep and he didn't want to wake them up. I don't know. What do we think? I always like your opinions, of course. Let's have a look again on the map. So Masca is there. And he was staying. There's Masca. And he was staying here. Miles away. So that's something I wanted to look at. Right, just putting a few windows down. Oh, and then, so the Energy Festival, got a picture of that somewhere. So looking at this map, so this is where the Energy Festival was, and that's really near where Jay was staying. So he's right close to home. So it's, why did you go all the way up there? I can't think of any reason why he would have gone up there unless, I don't know, maybe they did promise him some drugs or whatever. And he didn't realise how far away it was. Because we just don't know. He might have been there before. He might have, because apparently now they're saying that he knew these men from before, but again, not confirmed. I can't say that's gospel because it's not been confirmed if he knew those men before or not. But maybe he did. Maybe he'd been there before. God. And why were those men even staying there in the first place? Because it's so off the beaten track. Unless you were a hiker and you were going specifically for nice views or to be away from everything. It's all, you know, I'm just going to come back on the chat now and see what you all think of it. Yeah, lots of unknowns. Yeah. Yeah, all that way, and he only stayed. Yeah, it could have spiked his drink. Who knows? We just don't know, do we? Okay, next thing I want to show you is our mountaineering friend. He's been busy today. Oh, God, wait till you see this. You know, I mean, I love his videos. Paul, the guy, the mountaineer, the TikToker. Down the Rapids is his TikTok thing. Oh, he's just put let's see his latest post. Oh, I need to go back and show you his things from before. I'll start from the day, when his day started. So, yeah, this with the winds on this ridge, because he's decided. Remember, he decided that he was going to try and find his way to the beach because he thought Jay might have tried to find his way to the beach, which I agree with him. But just look at this; it's terrifying. Hang on, it's windy as well. Trained, my God, how this guy, I feel like this guy's going to want rescuing sooner or later. He's worrying me now. He's walked across this ridge. Oh, I'm not sharing. Hang on. Sorry, I'm not sharing.
And I do not think, like I keep saying, Jay, I do not think Jay did this bridge walk at all, but it's very, very likely if he was in this area that he would be down here or in the next one. Now, both areas have been searched, and we're just going to keep searching them because there's a million spots, guys. There is literally a million spots. I need to work out how I'm going to get down here. I'm probably going to have to climb down here. I'm going to have to put my phone away for a second. The wind's coming back in. I'm just going to stay here for a couple of minutes. I'm going to be able to move, guys. But be careful in the mountains, always, people, always. Catch up with you soon. So the wind is really hitting me now, guys. I'm really high up on the ridge and I'm just having to hold on. There's nothing else you can do in a situation like this, guys. There's nothing else you can do. I'm literally holding on right now. The winds are coming so hard. Obviously, if I fall, I am gone. I'm all the way down there. There's exposure on both sides. Both sides. Now, the wind has just stopped. That was blowing pretty hard, guys. I've literally been hugging the rock. But absolutely crazy. Just some of the hazards. I'm really, really trying to put it out there, guys, for you. Mountains can be so dangerous. You need experience up here. You need to be trained. We're making progress towards the beach. I've still got a way to go. I still need to go all the way down here and then round this corner. But we're making progress, guys. This is definitely a lot quicker than the other way. But I went. It's just a little bit more hazardous. And I do not think, like I keep saying, Jay, I do not think Jay did this bridge walk at all. But it's very, very likely if he was in this area that he would be down here or in the next one. Now, both areas have been searched and we're just going to keep searching them because there's a million spots, guys. There is literally a million spots.
you know, I am starting to sort of, you know, he is amazing in one way, but you know, it's dangerous what he's doing, and really is putting his life at risk unnecessarily. But anyway, so look who he's bumped into while he's been there. He's bumped into Isla. Is that how it's pronounced? Isla. Let's have a look. Spent the afternoon with Jay's family, but he did no videos of this. And Isla, the award-winning journalist from ITV. He hasn't mentioned Mark Williams Thomas at all. Isla is one of the most knowledgeable criminal investigators I have ever met. Is that a little knock at Mark Williams Thomas? We are making progress without a doubt. So there you go. He's bumped. Look who he's bumped into. Anyway, let's have
so guys, it's been a pretty tough day today. It's been pretty crazy. I've spent the day with Isla, who everybody knows from ITV Good Morning News. She's an absolutely fantastic woman, very, very clever, very, very smart. She has cracked many different cases all around the world. You've probably seen her on different documentaries. She's
sorry, hang on. Why did the sound go off?
We've had really good chats today. Not only that, I've been with Jay's dad and the whole family, guys. I've been with the whole family. There's a lot more going on than what is in the papers. However, I've been speaking to Brad, who is Jay's best friend. And what I'm going to be doing now, guys, is I'm going to be searching this area. I'm going to be focusing on this area now. It's been a really, really tough day. It really has.
So that's interesting what he said. There's a lot more going on than you see in the papers. Do you know what? I think they know that Jay is in those mountains. 100%. They know Jay's in those mountains. It's just a question of finding him. And I do think maybe that is why they're bringing people over there. Are they expecting to have a funeral? Let me just play this from the beginning again, actually.
So guys, it's been a pretty tough day today. It's been pretty crazy. I've spent the day with Isla, who everybody knows from ITV Good Morning News. She's an absolutely fantastic woman, very, very clever, very, very smart. She has cracked many different cases all around the world. You've probably seen her on different documentaries. She's done some really, really big things, and she's just such a good person to know. We've had really good chats today. Not only that, I've been with Jay's dad and the whole family, guys. I've been with the whole family. There's a lot more going on than what is in the papers. However, I've been speaking to Brad, who is Jay's best friend. And what I'm going to be doing now, guys, is I'm going to be searching this area. I'm going to be focusing on this area now. It's been a really, really tough day. It really has. I've got nothing but love and respect for the family. And it was crazy. I actually had tears in my eyes, guys. It's just been a really tough day. I've got nothing but love and respect for the family. I'm going to spend the next few days obviously searching here. Is
it just me, or do you feel like you know something more? And I think they know that Jay is there in those mountains. That's how it appears to me anyway.
Going to do the best I can for Jay and the family. That's it, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to do my best. Not only that, the family have also brought me loads of stuff, guys. They really have. They've really looked after me. I just want to show you, like, they did not have to do this. I said don't do this, and they've done it. It's just amazing. And they have literally got me clothes. Oh my goodness, loads of different clothes, water, food. It's just brilliant. It really is brilliant.
Yeah, well, they won't want another young lad going missing on the mountain while they're looking for their young lad. But I'm sure they appreciate what you're doing for them, trying to find Jay. But it's just concretes to me that they think Jay is going to be found there on the mountain at some point. That's where they think he is.
So grateful. They even tried to get me new hiking shoes, and because mine are now absolutely destroyed, and they're absolutely destroyed. But I'm not doing that, guys.
Hi, Katrina. Yeah, so he's ruined his hiking shoes by walking, because it's all mountains, isn't it? It's all harsh terrain. You know, it's not like walking on soft ground. It's all rocks, etc. But he is worrying me now. He is. Just be careful. He is worrying me a little bit.
But yeah, I just want to say the family are absolutely amazing, and it's we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. That's all we can do. So much love.
continuing the search for Jay Slater, a story that we've been following. Of course, it's the 11th day of Jay going missing.
So as you
And the search for him. We were talking to Isla yesterday and Peter Blexley about the ongoing investigation. Isla's actually travelled to Tenerife.
I can't watch that because I think they will do me for copyright, so I cannot watch that interview. So I'll have to. I'm going to show you some more. Let's see what other videos he's got up here. Now this was that was the one we've just watched. That's the one with Isla. Oh.
He's very, very smart, very, very intelligent. She's flown out.
Now this is where he's talking about when he's bumped into Isla.
Quite a major thing's just happened. I've just had a conversation with a woman who I have a lot of respect for, someone who's very, very smart, very, very intelligent. She's flown out and she's very, very experienced in crime and detective kind of stuff, guys. She's very qualified, very experienced. She's worked on some really big things. She's not some social media kind of person coming out. She is so smart, and we just had a really good chat. I'm going to get off the ridge now and go meet her. She's driving down to meet me. It'll probably take about another hour, but I'm completely changing where we're searching. I'm going to forget about these areas for now, and because what I have just heard makes so much more sense. I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about it later, maybe. But this woman is a really smart woman. She really is. So we're going to be changing the whole area where.
Yeah, what's he talking about? He said, what I've just heard he's changing the area where he's searching because what I've just heard makes so much more sense. They know some things. The police definitely have got some idea in there. You know, it's all going to come out in the end. Now, where's Mark Williams?
We're going to be searching. I'm actually going to go back to where the Airbnb area is, guys. I'm going to go back down. I'm going to spend a couple of days searching all around that area. That's what I'm going to do right now. Now, I'm not going to hassle the police too much. I've got a really good friendship with the actual police and mountain rescue. They're amazing people, so much respect. They've helped me out so much since day one. They really have. So I'm going to try. Obviously, this is getting a lot of social media attention. I don't want to put pressure on them. I don't want to ruin my bonds with them because they're really good people and they've helped me out so much. So I'm just going to be doing my own thing. I'm going to keep them updated with everything, of course. I need to go back here, guys. I really do. I feel like we're getting very close to Jay now. I just want to find Jay, guys. I've been involved in so many different search and rescues. If you watch my content, you know it was only a few weeks ago I was involved in a really big one in Glencoe. I went and I did a bit of night searching. I went out at night time, guys, and when a young lad and his father went missing, unfortunately they passed away in the mountains.
Yeah, that was that case I was telling you about where that idiot sorry, I know I shouldn't speak ill of the dead, but that father took his son out hiking in Glencoe, for God's sake. I'm not even a hiker and I don't live in Scotland, but I know about Glencoe. You know, it's a dangerous place to hike. They took his son and he went out there helping to look for them, and they were found, but they were deceased.
It took a couple of days to find him, and I was going out at night time and doing my best because I'm really into my nighttime stuff. And I just can't imagine what the family are going through. So right now, everyone needs to pull together. We need to separate, do our own things, and just cover as much area as possible. But I feel, guys, after the conversation I've just had, we're on to something. I really do. But I'll catch up with you guys later. I need to get off this ridge as soon as possible. It's getting hot now as well. There's so much love, guys, so much.
Yeah, because 1 minute, that's the thing there, it's freezing cold in the morning and then it gets hot. So there's something going off, isn't there? There's something going off, there's something known. He's going off to search somewhere else, so he must have had there must be a reason why he's doing that. There was one other post. Oh, so they're calling in a TikTok sleuth. Oh, I'm sure. Anyway, sorry, I'm going back to him again because there's one other video I wanted to show you because it did make me smile a little bit because he had a run-in with the Guardia Civil. Why can't I find his... He had a little run-in with the Guardia Civil and he seemed to think the Guardia Civil was separate from the police, but the Guardia Civil are the police. Here it is. And you don't...
With the police out here, not the police, the civil guards. The police are fantastic. Mountain Rescue are fantastic.
He said, not the police, the civil guard. The civil guard is the Guardia Civil. They are the police. But anyway, he had a little run-in with him, he said. So I don't know how to get back to the beginning of these reels.
And to be fair, it's not even a civil guard's fault. This is a team I've never seen before. They don't know who I am. But I've just gone up to them and I'm like, guys, I'm helping with the search. They're like, no, no, no. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Yes, I am. I've been here for almost a week now. I'm helping you guys. And they're like, it's not possible. It's not possible. And I said, look, I'm not with you guys. I'm not civil guards. I'm not police. I do mountain rescue stuff. Everything based around mountain rescue. I've been with those guys. And they're like, no, 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 no. And I'm still like, yes, yes, yes. This is your problem. You've got the problem.
I'll tell you what, if he was talking to him like that, he's lucky he just didn't get arrested, because they don't put up with anyone talking to him like shit. So, you know, just he's been really lucky that he didn't get arrested and taken off that mountain.
Not me. I'm still going out and searching, guys. And you know what? I'm not disrespecting them at all, because there is a language barrier. And at the end, I told them I'm coming up here. I'm searching. I'm doing my thing. And at the end, they were like, they saluted me and said, good luck. They said good luck, and it was in a nice way. It wasn't a rude way. They're not bad people. They're not bad people, but obviously,
of course, they're not bad people. They're there looking for Jay, but they are the police, and they're probably thinking, who the hell are you? But anyway.
There's so many like detectives and stuff coming out here, and all that sort of stuff, guys. So they're a little bit cautious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my thing, but I'm going to meet up with the people that I actually know, the teams I actually know, the guy who is leading the whole investigation. I'm going to update him and a mountain rescue, because that's what I'm doing, guys. But anyway, just a quick update. I'll see you guys soon. Big. So guys, I've just had my first major bust up with the police out here. Not the police, the civil guards. The police are fantastic.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to my list. Just, oh gosh, yeah, because so many things I'm forgetting to tell you, because so Jason Rothwell, who of course we all know Jason Rothwell because he was the medium who sort of found Nicola Bulley. He's put a statement out because I think people have been saying to him, of course, there's another young lad missing called Dylan. We need to look at him maybe one time as well. So, yeah, Jason made a post and said, a brief remark on Dylan and Jay. May I start offering my thoughts and prayers to the families of both young men and my most sincere wish that they be returned home soon. We have said prayers every night. I've been to church for their safe return to their respective families. Over the last few weeks, I've gained an increase in number of messages asking me to get involved in both situations, not just from family, but concerned members of the public invested in this. And I just wanted to make a few little points as to why at this moment I don't wish to do that. After the events of February and Miss Bulley, few things on this earth could persuade me to want to get involved in such a situation again. After my face was published in the media and I was compelled to address that, what followed was a year of abuse, constant questioning and intrusion. Not once since I became a spiritualist have I felt inclined to suicide, but by the mid part of last year that was certainly once again on my mind. Under the constant pressure, the public have no mercy. And I don't blame him. They were horrible to him. They do not forgive, and often they do not listen. One word said to one person is a balm. The same words to someone else will crucify you. It took me a long time to admit, but the events following that time very nearly broke my mind. Number 2, death is a near constant requirement. Yes, I have found various dogs and cats and people's parrots, but it's not easy to do. Death creates stillness and fixes a location. Currently, I don't find in Dylan's case at least any sense of stillness or fixed abode. I find an energy that would benefit from so much healing to his mind. Jay Slater feels somewhat different, but I won't go into that further. 3. And like the swarm of psychics and ghouls currently vaunting the web, I will not be offering any in-depth opinion on these situations or events. It sickens me to read the things I have seen apparent spiritual people doing and the claims they make. These 2 boys are people's sons, friends, brothers, grandsons. They're not an opportunity to aggrandize one's own ego or to make a buck. It happened with Nicola, and it seems it's worse now with Jay Slater. It does feel worse. I mean, you know, I think with Nicola, I think most of the time, at least Nicola was respected. It was the rest of her family maybe that wasn't, but and friends. But I do feel with this, like, there's no respect, not for Jay, not for his family, not for anyone. Literally, if you went on Twitter and just put hashtag Jay Slater, see what comes up. It's incredible. So the wild theories and the diabolic, ghoulish attempts to get in on the story. On a final point here, I am well aware of the claims made by a certain medium from Australia. I don't even know who that is. I don't follow the mediums, not for any reason. I do believe in spiritualism things, but not in cases like this. The family can't work with that. The police can't work with it. So there's no way of proving it. So I only like to really work with evidence. And I have my views of her. We have never spoken in the physical world, and I can assure you I have no desire or need ever to speak to her. Who is that? Is that Rachel he's talking about? I've heard of her. As for the gentleman in the mirror yesterday, I don't know who he is either. Please read carefully what he claims he knew. He claimed he knew where Mrs. Bully entered the water before the police. I'm unsure what this is meant to say or prove, since nearly the whole world knows that fact, and I assume he is implying where she was later found is where she originally entered the water, which simply isn't the case. But both of them desire a claim to Miss Bully's story, as no doubt do others, and they are welcome to the pain and the responsibility that it brings with it. I thank you for your kindness, patience and understanding. If at any point I do get involved in either or a future case, please rest assured the first people to hear of it will be the family of the said person and the police if required. So what do you think about that then? I mean, I've got to say, I think Jason, he could have done a lot more, if he was into, trying to make money off Nicola Bully. He could have made money. I don't believe that Jason is a fake or anything like that. I believe he is a spiritualist. I believe in spiritualism, genuine spiritualists. I mean, he's a bit eccentric, but spiritualists are eccentric. It's almost a requirement, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with being eccentric, for God's sake. It's a British trait. Anyway, I'll leave you to make what you want of that, but I just wanted to show you that. Hi, Kelly. Just want to see what you... So, yeah, that's Jason's thoughts on it all. So I wanted to show you that. Let me know what you think, as always. Right, so I've done that. The rumours that had been found, and we've looked at the house. Oh, so there were so many things. So his employer, Jay's employer, has made another plea. Yeah, he's urged people. So what about this? No, he speaks very highly of Jay. No, Jay, we all know Jay had his problems when he was young. He's done he's done a terrible thing when he was young, or I don't know if he did it, but he was involved in it in some way. But you know, we have to give people a bit of a break. So Jay Slater's employer urges people to stop sending them cruel emails. So the construction company, which employs missing teenager Jay Slater, has urged people to stop sending them cruel emails as the search for him enters its 11th day. PH Build Group has shared one of many messages it has been sent as conspiracy theories about the 19-year-old's disappearance are circulated by social media users online. The construction firm wrote in a Facebook post, "These people are trying to ruin people's lives and businesses while sat behind a screen looking for attention." Well, we had a couple of those people on, we had a couple of those type of people, didn't we, on the live the other night, a couple of trolls. Everyone may have their own theories and feelings, but to publicly post them, knowing you're going to hurt people, is just cruel. Jay's family shouldn't have to endure this. The only thing that should matter right now is getting a 19-year-old son back to his family where he belongs. And that was his statement. I don't think there's any more from him. The rest of it is just talking, the story that we've heard so much, So, yeah. So they've had to remove their Facebook posts because of it. I'm just going to have a look on Twitter on the... what's the Guardia Civil got to say? If they've updated anything. I don't think they have. No. They did very sadly, actually, find a young boy. I just want to show you this, actually, because, when he was saying, the guy was saying that, the Guardia Civil, as if they're not the police. They are the police, and they do the search and rescue as well. And they were looking for, I thought there was a picture of it. Oh, this is the last one that they did about Jay. But let's have a look. Yeah, in San Juan, they recently, because they do the helicopters, the Guardia Civil, they do the search and rescue, they do the helicopters, they do the diving, they have the dogs, they are the police, and they have lots of different parts to them, if you like. But they just recently, they were looking for another young boy, a Spanish boy in San Juan in Spain. And unfortunately, they have just found him and he was deceased. I think that was probably a self-deletion. Reading between the lines, but they didn't say. They just said that they had sadly found him deceased. So they do the search and rescue. The Guardia Civil are the people who do the search and rescue, etc. Okay, what else have I got? I must be coming to the end of it now. I know I had a lot of things to go through. So, right, my theories, if you like, on that, and they've just been compounded by what we've just heard there from the Mountaineer. Annie, did I miss you coming? I think I said hello to you, Annie, right at the beginning, because you posted right at the beginning, didn't you, to say you hope that you would you'd be able to join the members, join the live. I think I said hello to you then, but of course you must have gone off and come back, and so you're thinking I haven't said hello to you, but I did. I said hello to you right at the beginning. Oh, bless. I hate it when I miss someone coming in, especially in the members and that. But anyway. Right, so to me, there are three possibilities in this case. There's only three possibilities. It's either an accident where he's tried to get home and he's, something's happened. He may have even just fell asleep and then just not woke up because he was so dehydrated and everything. He may have found somewhere to sleep for the night and then unfortunately, succumbed to the elements. But anyway, so the first one is some sort of accident, like walking over that ravine. And it feels to me that is probably what the police think happened, that some way in another he's got lost and he's ended up, I think so anyway. The second possibility is, of course, it's foul play. Could be foul play. It could be something to do with those men. Might not be anything to do with those men. It might be someone completely different who mugged him or murdered him or whatever. And the third possibility is that the whole thing is staged. Now, I don't believe the third possibility, but it's a possibility. So you've got really, it's either an accident, it's foul play, or it's a staged sort of abduction, isn't it? So which of those three is it? That's what we're waiting to find out, isn't it? And I think the police probably know which one it is from what the mountaineering guy was saying. Seems like he's been told something, but he can't obviously say anything. What else? So the questions that we would like answering, or certainly that I would like answering, why he went off with those two men. Why did he go all the way up there when he was right near where he was staying? Why did he go off with those two men? Why did he not wait for the bus the following morning? Now, I think we've got to assume that the witness that saw him and said that he asked what time the bus was coming, we've got to assume that she was genuine. I don't think there's any suggestion that she might have been telling lies. So she said she saw him at the bus stop, and she said she saw him walking away but going the wrong way. So where was he going? Was he going back to the place? Did he decide, oh, I can see the beach down there, I'm going to walk over there? So that would be my second question. Why didn't he wait for the bus? Why didn't he just go off, have a cigarette, have a coffee, wait, go back to the house, charge his phone? Yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah. And why did the woman who saw him, when she saw him going the wrong way, she probably thinks now, like you would, I should have maybe said to him, look, you're going the wrong way. Why didn't she pick him up? Why didn't she? I don't know. But of course, she didn't know. You can't just pick someone up because you see him. And then the final thing is, why were those two men staying in that Airbnb miles away from anywhere? What were they doing there? Were they on holiday? If they were on holiday, what were they doing like in a remote place like that? Were they hikers? Or maybe they didn't realise when they booked it how far away it was from the sort of touristy spots. But, and where did Jay meet those men? Did he know them before the festival? Or did he meet them on that very night? So these are the questions I'd like to be asked. Yeah. Yeah, I think the mummy's genuinely upset. I don't feel it with that. I feel like they're acting a bit unwisely, but I don't think there's any deception there or anything. I've lived in those kind of communities. It's like, they all know each other, and it's like everybody wants to get involved, and I just think the whole of the Oswald's district. I can't even say the name of the place. Oh, did my necklace just fall? Oh no, it's not. Oswald Twistle. The whole of the Oswald Twistle village will be there because those sort of communities, that's what they do. They all get behind each other, and once one lot goes, then their family will want to go. And anyway, time will tell. Time will tell. I don't know when. First thing that needs to happen is that Jay needs to be found. And, you know, I say it every day, but I just feel like they are close to finding him. I think the weather conditions and the terrain are making it more complicated, but they've probably got an idea of roundabout where he is. So, hi, Tracy. Have you just come in, Tracy? Did I miss you? Anyway, I think that's all I've got to show you tonight. I'm going to check once more if there's any news. I always check before we finish, just to make sure. There's not been a lot of new news on the Spanish channels either, you know, nothing. So it's all gone very quiet, which always makes me feel like there's something going on behind the scenes, because even Mark William Thomas has been quiet. You know, everyone's been a bit quiet, and the only one we're getting our news from at the moment, in fact, I'll just check if he's done another, is the Mountaineer. Let's have a look at him again, just make sure he hasn't put a new one on. No, nothing new yet. I'm sure there'll be another one on. No, nothing new tonight that I can find. So, hope you've enjoyed the stream. I hope you've enjoyed, because we like to chat about these things. Yeah, you need to watch it from the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you've been here for a bit, Tracy. Maybe, Maggie, but well, you say it's not really for us to question, but it is, because, you know, it is just a question that we've got. Why? You know, why would they stay there and then go an hour's journey to the bars and everything when they're driving? Were they drinking and driving? I mean, why would you think about it? You're going on holiday and you want to be, if you don't want to be around the bars, that's fine. You go around, if you're going on holiday and you're going to spend your time around the bars, why would you stay right up in the mountains miles away? I mean, you know, maybe they like being out of the way, but then why did they go to the bars? So yeah, I do think it's a question we do have a right to ask, because it's part of the mystery of this whole thing, isn't it? Okay, but anyway, it's interesting, isn't it, for us all to talk about? It's good to talk about it. Yeah, leave me your thoughts, what you think. What do you think is mysterious, especially, or what do you think is a question you would like to be asked, answered? You know, if you could find an answer to any question, which one would it be? What are the things? I mean, obviously, primarily, you just need to find Joe, because once Jay's found on that mountain, I think the accident thing makes more sense. You know, that he did literally just go off and stay with them guys for whatever reason, and then tried to make it home. You know, like you do, you wake up the next morning, you think, oh my God, why did I come? Why did I do that? You know, you just want a beam me up Scotty moment, don't you? I've done it a million times when I was young. You sort of wake up and feel it's like, where am I? Where am I? Why did I come here? Why am I miles away from home? Oh my God, I've got to get 3 buses to get home. But of course, he was in a place where he couldn't, you know, easily get home. It's not like being, you know, in Manchester or whatever, and there's a bus every 10 minutes. But yeah, what was Jay thinking about? All dodgy, yeah. Okay, people, thank you so much, and I'll be back tomorrow as always. And any news, I'll be back. I've got a bit of a busy day tomorrow, not with classes. I'm having a pampering day tomorrow. I've got a couple of pampering things tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to. I need some pampering desperately. But in between, I will be on with videos. So thank you so much. Matthew, you were quiet. And Remember to live and love wisely and carefully. I'm getting tired now. I can't think what I'm going to say. And until I see you again, as always, may your God go with you.